Okay, let's talk about the hardware now. As you can see here, we have the robot itself, and of course the arm here that articulates. We also have the chessboard here. Let's go into more details. First of all, we have this stalk here extending from the back of the robot to here. Kind of looks like an antenna. At the very tip of the stalk here underneath, we have a chessboard camera. We'll talk more about it later. And of course, we have the screen, and the screen will show highlights of the game, such as who is winning and select various options. We have the on-off button here, the volume knob here, which rotates around. We also have a second camera here. There are actually two cameras here for perception. It helps you log into your account. So there are a total of 3 cameras, one here and 2 cameras here. Additionally, we have an arm here. An arm is actually composed of 3 different parts. Here is one part, second part, third part, and maybe consider the 4th part here. We'll talk more about it later. And of course, we have the chessboard. This part of the chessboard here, the left side and the right side of the chessboard, is for the spaces, it's for the pieces of the chessboard to place when you are playing a game or you have captured an opponent. And here we have the control keys, such as OK button and arrow keys to move up and down. And that's the basic components of the robot. Here I have the robot itself. It's standing on its own. Has a stalk here that extends to the back of the robot and actually goes past the head of the robot to see the chessboard right in front of it. So it has to extend forward probably 2.5 inches, roughly 5 centimeters. So here is the top of the robot, the screen, the body, the foot, the camera, and of course the arm. So I'm going to flip the robot around so you can see from all 6 sides. However, because the arm keeps on moving around like this and like this, I will have to rubber band this robot's arm just for a little bit and to secure it while I move it around, just for safety purposes. Okay, so let's put the robot on its back first. Okay, so here we have the screen. Not too sure the resolution of it, but it is pretty good resolution. It is in color. Of course, it's off powered right now. Has the power button here, has the foot, and this is the body. And the body is attached to this arm here. You can consider this part of the body as being a shoulder, and this part here as being the elbow, and the actual hand itself here. And of course the fingers to pick up the pieces. Here we have the stalk. And not too sure if you can see here, but turn the robot around slightly. Here is one RGB camera here. This analyzes the board. And here are 2 RGB cameras here. This is for login purposes. So you can log into your xiangqi Chinese chess account just by looking at the computer. The computer will use these 2 cameras to help you log in automatically. So there is no password verification needed here. Let's measure the robot. I'll just do approximate measurements using, of course, my OWL measuring tape. Okay, so from here to the bottom here, top head to bottom, it's roughly 10 to 11 centimeters here. The body of the robot itself is roughly 6 centimeters. And the arm itself is approximately 10 centimeters just by itself without being fully extended. Press this button in the back. Here you go. Okay, let's flip the robot onto its side. As you can see here, the side profile, you can see the stock extending from the backpack all the way past the head. As you can see, this robot very much looks like an astronaut. This was designed on purpose to be very cute and to be very friendly to the kids. Here's the volume button here. Here it says designed by SenseTime, made in China. Here's the backpack. And here's the power socket, 12 volts, 3 amps. Here's the barrel plug attachment. And flip it to its back. Perhaps you can see it. It's made by Shanghai SenseTime and manufactured in Shenzhen. Okay, and here is the arm itself. You can see it says Sense Robot here. And you just take off the rubber bands and you can see the articulation of the arm. So it goes pretty well. Extend all the way over. So it can go from different positions here and actually extend out, over, pick up the pieces, move them to the left of the board or to the right of the board just by moving these two joints and picking up the pieces using this finger here. Let's take a look at the finger a little bit more. Flipping the robot upside down. You can see here's a magnet here. And this will actually picks up the pieces because the pieces are also magnetic. So it's actually very safe to pick up the pieces via magnetic force as opposed to picking up the pieces using your fingers, because some robots who do that may harm you by accidentally taking your fingers and crushing it or otherwise hurting your fingers here. So this is a much safer way of picking up pieces here. And because the robot uses his arm here to move the pieces, it's kind of like a person playing right next to you. As opposed to some other boards where you have a board here and the pieces move by itself because the pieces are moving from the bottom. It's kind of like a ghost or a spirit moving the pieces, kind of scary, creepy type of thing. This one is very friendly. You see someone picking up the pieces, placing them right in front of you. So it is very, very user friendly. Okay, time to weigh the robot. Here I have my trusty kitchen scale. I tried using the bathroom scale. However, the robot weighed a little bit too little to get an accurate measurement. Let's place the robot right on top so you can see the screen. Gently. As you can see, the robot weighs approximately 3,000 grams or 3 kilograms. Okay, so let's measure some of the pieces here. Here I have my trusty kitchen scale. Turn it on. Okay, let's weigh the elephant piece. Again, it's double-sided with a magnet in the middle. It is about 17 grams. Let's weigh a different piece, the horse. 16 grams, so there's a difference. And let's weigh another piece, the pawn. 17 grams. Okay, let's weigh the blue side. Another pawn, 17 grams. And let's just measure the king himself. Here's the king. He is the most important piece. And he weighs about 16 grams. Okay, so for reference, my pen here, this big pen or so, weighs 9 grams. And my Apple AirPods Pro, normal version, version 1, weighs 56 grams. Okay, so now I'm gonna measure the robot himself, the weight. Let's move everything. Disconnect the robot from the board itself. It is a USB cable. Let's talk about the keyboard here, or the board game itself. As you can see, it is quite large, has the control area here. The board itself, 10 by 9 squares. Also 2 side panels here to place the pieces by yourself or with the robot doing it. Of course, you could put your pieces here or here, is up to you, or you can actually put it in both areas, both are okay. Let's measure the dimensions of it using my very cute owl measuring tape. Start from here. It is approximately 53 centimeters by 39 centimeters or so, if you can see that. Here is the control area. As you can see, has a back button, home button, OK of arrow keys, and also this button here is to press forward when you finish your chess move. Flipping it over, you can see has a USB-C port. However, there's actually not much circuitry here. It's just for the control panel here to supply it some power. The back here is pretty much all plastic, covered up the serial number, and just all plastic here. Nothing unusual. Very honeycomb structure to add some strength to it. That's about it. Okay, so let's talk about the power brick itself. Here it is. This side is just a regular barrel plug. Here's a power brick. Standard size power brick here. You can see it has a logo on there, Sense Robot. It has 100 to 240 volts, 3 amps, 36 watts. Standard plug here. So because of this, you can plug it into any wall outlet from China, Taiwan, Japan, US, and many different countries which support this type of plug. Of course, you can always use an adapter. Has 2 little dimples here for easy holding. That's about it.